It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world, with Brian as Paxton the human cleric, Ashley as Tara Dane the human fighter, Andy as Finmac Caspinner the gnome wizard, Danielle as Athelflaed the halfling rogue and monk, and me, Mike, as the DM. In the previous regular episode, our heroes had a long conversation over some alcoholic beverages at the Pilgrim's Rest in Newtower, and then did some shopping for magic items. They encountered a wizard named Sigbert with a strange, portable magic shop, and that's about it. During the middle of the night, however, Athelflaed had an exciting adventure in Florelia's tower. We return now to our regular series of episodes, with the party members getting ready to start the new day. Of the 11th of 6th month, 2007. Finn and Tara, you arrive at the Pilgrim's Rest after eating breakfast at your fancy inn. And there are more guards on patrol around the town than you are accustomed to seeing, and they seem agitated. And as you pass the stable, you see Paxton next to your cart load of grain, and he's swinging that magical mace around. And his shield is now noticeably smaller than it was before, and it's strapped to just one of his arms. However, the carving of a tree still decorates the front of his shield. And there's no sign of Athelflaed. And Paxton, you have not seen her this morning. She didn't come down to breakfast.
Suppose we should go look for Athelflaed. I haven't seen her around. Have you?
Are we with you?
You just walked by the inn and saw him swinging. He's swinging that mace around, and now he's got his shield on just one arm.
Okay.
So you see him near the stables next to the inn.
Well, she's been in that island for quite a while, so I'm sure she's looking for something to do. If anything, let's go have breakfast, and I'm sure she'll turn up. If by noon she isn't around, we'll go ahead and go look for her.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on her room just to make sure she's not oversleeping through breakfast or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. Sarah's with us as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she's looking surprised to see Paxton swinging a weapon around.
All right, well, you go into the inn. Paxton, have you had breakfast yet this morning?
I have not.
You have not. Okay, well, when you go into the inn, you enter the common room where people would eat, and sitting alone at a table is Athelflaed, and she looks rough. She is covered in bruises, and she can barely keep her sleepy head above her bowl of porridge.
What happened to you?
Oh, it's a long story. It begins with me taking up a job to get some more money and seeing things that I wish I'd never seen.
What did you see?
Well, there was this dwarf named Imgrip, and she had me follow her to the tower, and we saw Florelia, and she and a bunch of guards, and but it all has to do with water supply and aqueduct.
You said that you saw Florelia. What were they doing? Were they just doing checks on the systems?
There were some guys there that they were frantically writing stuff down and messages and there's something going on, something strange, and it has to do with redirecting water, and it could possibly have something to do with the God's River drying up. I don't know, but I'd like to find out if you guys would.
Wait, are they redirecting water out of the river? Are they the cause of it?
It looks like they're building aqueducts.
Your understanding of what happened last night was that they're building aqueducts from the sea into this territory and taking seawater and using it in this area. And just to remind everyone, seawater is fresh water in this world.
Yep.
So they're not bringing water from the dead lake or from the God's River. They're bringing water from the sea in the middle of the world and carrying it outward to outlying areas.
Okay.
So how'd you get so bruised?
We ran into some skirmishes with some folks, but yeah, we had to hurry up and get out of there before the guards came up. We jumped down. We jumped up. Oh, it's just a lot to take in. I need a breather.
Is it just me, or is Athelflaed a little... She sounds a little scatterbrained about the whole thing. Yeah, okay, all right.
Okay, well, a last question. Can we trust Florelia?
Well, I don't even know if I could trust Imgrim, but she seems to have an issue with her and is pretty afraid of her, so I'm not so sure.
How about this? It seems like you need to take some rest. Why don't you rest while we go talk to Ingram and then see whether or not it would be a good idea to talk to Florelia?
I don't know where Imgrim went. As soon as the job was done, she took off.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, we should probably talk to Florelia before we head out of here.
I don't know that Athelflaed should go. Did she
no.
see you?
No, she didn't. But I don't know. If I follow along, I'll stay behind you guys. I'm a little nervous about the whole situation, but it might be okay if I have, of course, more people in the party for backup in case things get
I
sticky.
think the second half of the day will involve us traveling. So if anything, I think it would be a good idea for you to go ahead and rest, and that way you also don't have to come with us if you don't want to. Or do you want to?
Oh, that's fine. I can stay behind. How far are they from this tower?
Oh, the inn is near. It's a small town.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
it's
the
not
inn
going to
is
be
not
like
far from the
several
tower.
days gone.
No,
Okay,
no.
good. Yeah, I can stay behind and rest for a bit. I'll join you guys in a moment.
Before we go, let's go ahead and review what we need to speak with them about. I have this goblin soup and this ring for whatever they were doing with those animals. We definitely need to speak with her about Mun and about the goblins, but is there anything else that we need to speak with her about, or anything that may be a touchy subject that we may not want to bring up?
What are they doing here? Like,
Why they're
what's...
expanding?
Yeah, what is their political business here in the Free Cities?
Am I still here, or did I?
Oh yeah, they're still
Oh.
talking here
Oh,
in
okay.
the common room.
Well, I remember. Oh, I remember one of the letters that the Ingram took with her mentioned something about an arcane teaching program or instruction program, and that it was growing and attracting every sorcerer and hedge wizard, and so I think they're expanding.
Finn, you know that their arcane instruction program is just them teaching sorcerers and wizards how to teach spells the magistracy way, right?
Okay.
So that's probably what she's referring to. Finn would know
To the rapid expansion. Yeah.
that they're trying to get other wizards, as they expand, they're trying to get wizards to adopt their way of casting spells.
Okay. Well, I think that's at least three different things I need to speak with them about. The expansion, because I think that's related to the arcane teachings. So, is there anything else that we need to cover with her whenever we go speak?
Well, one of the reasons I'm a little battered up here is we ran into a skirmish with some robotic dwarves. It was amazing, but yeah, I think that's part of their program. They're building them out, and they have plans for them and everything.
They're building a what?
They call them auto dwarfs. They're little robotic dwarfs, and I think they're using them for construction.
Could they possibly be used for, fighting?
Oh, well, yeah, and you could see by the bruises on my arms, definitely.
I don't like the sound of that.
That would also explain the rapid expansion and how they've been able to build so much and gain the favor of the local people, especially since the farms have been falling apart. Okay, well, I think it seems like we're starting to get a picture coming together. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Is there anything else you guys want to do before we go talk to Florelia?
Athelflaed, when you were in the tower, did anything indicate that Florelia might know why the river has died?
In terms of no, I really didn't see anything there. I remember reading the letters, but it just seemed like they were moving forward. They didn't mention anything about the cause of it. They were just talking about their plans to alleviate the problem their way, so to speak.
Tara looks disappointed, but yeah, understands.
Okay, so you heading over to the tower then, and you're gonna let Athelflaed catch some more sleep?
Yeah, before we have to head out to Mun for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
Great.
she looks like she needs it.
Yes.
Yes.
So you head out. As you walk around town, as I mentioned, the guard presence is stronger than what you're used to, and there are in fact guards sort of randomly searching people You don't have your cart with you, it's just you, right?
Yes.
All right, well, you walk over toward the tower, and you can see there are 3 guards standing in front of the front door of the tower. They're not even inside where they would normally be. They're by the front door of the tower.
Hello. I'm here to request an audience with Florelia. And as I say that, I pull out my my sign of the magistracy of the transformation school that I went to.
One of the guards looks at the other 2 and says, "You're joking, right? You want to see Florelia? You can't be serious.
What?
Don't you know what's going on?
Enlighten me.
Someone broke into the tower last night.
What happened?
I don't know all the details, but someone broke into the tower. They messed around with a bunch of stuff. I don't know what all is up in the tower, but we're not letting anyone in. No one can get in. No one can talk to Florelia. She's part of the investigation inside the tower, and we're searching people outside the tower. And that reminds me, you got anything incriminating on you? We're gonna search you real quick.
Yes, we have stuff that we wanted to show her.
Well, you can show it to me then. All right, put your hands up. We'll just pat you down real quick.
Go for it. I mean, I have stuff in the bag. Like, what do you guys want to do?
Is anyone holding a glass sword right now?
Yes, I have the cursed one that I was going to show her.
Uh-oh.
Why? I can just tell them that I have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing is that I think they might confiscate it.
They're searching you. Is anyone going to stop them?
I do not consent to a search.
We
Okay,
didn't ask for your consent.
Okay, I'm going to try to intimidate them along the lines of, I am part of the magistracy. I will have you burnt and your badges taken.
All right, make your intimidation roll.
Okay, let's see what happens. 19 plus 2, 21.
All right, fine. We don't mess with the gnome, but the other 2, you're going to get searched.
Was something taken from Florelia that you're looking for?
Perhaps.
Like what?
I'm not going to tell you. That's classified information.
I'll show you what I have on me, but I'm not gonna let you put a hand on me.
We'll see how thorough you are with letting us see your stuff. Go ahead.
All right, so I put down my mace, put down my shield. Let's see. I have my large diamond, my continual candle, my ring of the helpful ally, and my component pouch and my explorer's pack. That's pretty much it. That's all.
Yeah, they're not interested in any of that. All right, you got nothing. You?
I have nothing to hide, but there is, like, not very subtly twisting the signet ring on her finger.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
7.
All right. He does not notice. He rolled a 1. All right. So he has you. I guess he'll search you unless you want to also lay out all your equipment like Paxton did.
Oh, well, Derek can lay out our equipment.
He looks it all over, says, "Nope, nothing of interest."
Indeed.
Well, gentlemen, now that you know that we don't have what you're looking for, would it be possible for us to be able to go inside and see how we would be able to help everyone else that's working so hard here? And I want to make a persuasion check.
All right. It's going to be a difficult persuasion check.
All right, let's see what we can do, guys. Let's beat a 19. Well, 19. It's 17 plus 2.
He says, I tell you what. I'll take down your names, and we'll set up. I'll ask her for an appointment date when she could meet with you. All right. I'm not saying no, but she's very busy right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait 1 second. Is there anything that you guys think that we should mention that could accelerate her giving us an appointment? Something that would pique her interest and say, yeah, bring them in.
We understand that she is very busy with some personal issues going on with the thieves going to the tower, but my friend Finn here does have something important to show her that is concerning in a greater sense than her personal issues.
What's that?
We have a glass sword that we found with some goblins. There was suspicious activity going on that involves the citizens of this area, which from my understanding, if you're currently working here, then you're also looking after them. So we wanted to make sure that she was aware of what was happening. However, some of the other details are more sensitive and we want to share them only with her. I'm sure you understand.
I'll go let her know, and you just wait here.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
He heads in. The other 2 guards are eyeing you suspiciously. But he's gone for a while. How long do you want to wait?
How long are you guys willing to wait? If she's taking a long rest, that'll be at least 6 hours.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do.
Tara looks incredibly impatient.
Well, you guys could always spar so he can practice.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the hang of this mace here, and I don't know. Can you maybe show me some of your cool fighter moves?
I am game.
All right.
And I
cool.
also want to see if my hilt can produce two-handed weapons.
It can.
All right.
While I look at that, I take notes on the magical weapons that they're using and study my books as well when practicing my spells. I will also make sure that during this time I have my Unseen Servant up. I already have my Find Familiar up, right?
Yep.
Okay. And just a quick detect magic to make sure there's nothing suspicious going around and like...
Okay, as a ritual,
Yeah, as a ritual.
right.
Yeah, I'm not spending any slots here.
you spend some time practicing, sparring, looking at your spells, looking around with detect magic. I think you already knew this, but just in case you didn't, the ring that you found in the Goblin Cave is magic.
What's cool?
Abjuration.
Abjuration? Okay.
Can you do an identify on it?
I have the pearl. It's in my spell book, but I did not unlock it. So I either have to wait until I level up. Yeah. So yes, but no. Is the answer to that. However, I don't want to leave just because I don't know how far away the magic store is. And even if I go over there, even if I go over there and pay him to do it, and he takes, like the 10, 20 minutes that it takes to identify it, that would be enough time for the guard to come back. So I don't really want to risk it and leave for like 40 minutes,
When sparring with Paxton, do I notice any effects to my Darbin's defending any blade?
No, not beyond the fact that it is a +1 weapon. I think you already know.
Yes.
And it can summon a sword of some kind. Beyond that, you don't find any other effects.
Are you able to summon any bladed weapon or just any weapon?
I tried to summon a great club.
Nothing happens.
Just bladed.
Okay, interesting.
What about like a glaive or something that's bladed but like on the end of a pole arm?
I try a glaive.
Nothing happens.
I try a warhammer.
Nothing happens.
Just blades.
What about a great sword?
Basically swords, great swords, long swords, daggers. It can't summon blunt weapons, and it can't summon axes either.
Okay.
Can you do a scimitar? Can you change the shape of the blade that you produce?
I do believe I can do a scimitar
Yes.
and a rapier.
Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. It also means you can change the kind of damage you produce from slashing to piercing. Yeah. Okay. How long do we wait?
Well, after about an hour, the guard comes back out, and he says, well, I was finally able to talk to Florelia, and she says she's a little busy right now, but if you leave the sword, she'll take a look at it.
It's very important that she be present with us when she looks at it. We have a tight schedule.
No, I'm afraid maybe I haven't made myself clear. There's a security situation going on here. There are other things that we're working on.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, if she doesn't have the time to talk to us, we don't really have the time to hang around here all day waiting to talk to her.
I most certainly don't.
And other people might have that information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm thinking Mun may know whatever's going on as well.
Yeah, screw this town. Let's go talk to Mun.
All right. Well, I guess we'll come back whenever we have the chance to come back.
Do you want me to take down any names or anything for her?
No, it's all right. If it was important enough, she would have come out.
All right. You have a nice day. So you head back to the inn. I guess you grab your cart. And Athelflaed has had enough rest at this point between the extra long rest this morning and what rest she got last night. She's bruised still, but awake.
Okay.
So you get on the road?
Are you guys good to go? Is there anything you guys want to do in town? I was originally going to go sell the sword, but by this point, I think we might as well just hold on to it and then just see. If Mun says that it has nothing special, then we'll sell it at that point. Is that cool with you guys?
Yeah, I think maybe if we just sell it as a sword, probably won't get as much as if we sell it as glass steel. Maybe like raw glass steel that could be processed into something
true.
better.
I don't think that we want to sell a cursed sword.
We can always have someone lift the curse. Oh, one thing that I do want to do. I want to go to the store in town and go to the magical store if it's open, not the special one. And just toss some pearl and 5 or 10 gold and have him identify the ring. The goblin ring.
Yep. Okay, we'll just go ahead and take care of that off camera. You want to identify the ring? It's a ring of protection +1.
Okay, got it. What does that mean? As long as I'm wearing it, I get AC +1?
That's right. And saving throws +1.
Okay, cool.
Can I also identify my sword?
That would be another 100. I'm sorry, a pearl and 10 gold.
That's fine. I'll toss the pearl if you want to toss some 10 gold.
All right,
Yep.
and that's the defending any blade.
Yes.
In addition to being +1 to hit and damage, once per short rest, the item can consume your reaction to intercept a successful melee attack on an adjacent ally. Right? So if someone standing next to you is about to get hit, the sword can intercept that attack, consuming your reaction.
Okay.
The way it works is you have to make an attack on that enemy's armor class, and if you hit, then the attack is stopped.
Nice.
And it does that once per short rest.
Yeah, Tara's turned into a super protection fighter.
Would you happen to have any scrolls for Misty Step or Shatter?
Let's see if he has those. No.
No? Okay. Yeah, that was the only other thing that I wanted. So I'm pretty good to leave town if you guys are good to go. Tara, do you want to do anything?
Nope.
Okay. Good to go?
Yep.
All right. Thank you for your service.
So you get back on the road after a few days hanging around New Tower. The roads are muddy but passable. They're muddy because of that storm a few days ago. The road to Zauberfeld leads to the north across the old bridge, and it will take about 8 days to get to Zauberfeld. First, you cross the old bridge. It's long, nearly 3 miles long, and spans what used to be the enormous Gods River. The remaining river is only a quarter of a mile wide, and it runs near the middle of the bridge. The river valley is deep, perhaps 200 feet, so the bridge is still necessary to cross, even though there's no river, not much river left in the middle anymore. It's an impressive work of engineering, and it probably involved a lot of dwarves. Also, you are all aware, you all notice that Atulf is no longer following you. Or if he is, he's invisible. Your first day of travel is uneventful. A few other carts are also traveling north, occasionally peeling off to go to farms. There's a tall wizard's tower that can be seen on the top of some hills north of the Dead Lake. Trees are common by the road in the morning, but by the afternoon they have broken. So you can see distant aqueducts stretching from east to west across the path of the road. You're now in Magistracy territory.
Well, this seems like well-kept plans.
Paxton, you've heard about this tower on the north side of the lake, and you know that it is the Tower of Granzabar the Golden, a half-elven wizard with a reputation for being kind but easily tempted by treasure.
Have any of you heard of this guy before? I tell him what I know about it.
Oh yeah, Finn, you've heard of this guy.
Okay, what do I know?
Same stuff, that he's supposedly a really nice guy. He is generous and kind, unless there's a temptation of a significant amount of treasure, and then he tends to let his greed get the better of him.
Okay, so maybe not let him know that we have close to 3,000 golden pearls.
But he's not on the way anyway. This is north of the Dead Lake.
Wait a minute, how much money do we have?
A lot.
Oh man, I'm taking a cut of that. I'm gonna get some plate armor. Don't let me forget.
Well, you can probably do that, but plate armor is like 2k gold.
I think it's 1,500 full plate.
Oh,
Something like that.
You can get that soon. Actually.
Yeah, and I've
That's
got
not too
900.
Oh, yeah, we can work our way there. Okay. In that case, do you guys just want to keep going towards Mana and let that other tower be for now?
Ready to unload this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. At one point, whenever we're anywhere, we have these nice horseshoes that we got from like the hundreds of blobs that got killed that one night.
Those are also magical, by the way. I when you use your detect magic, those are also magical.
Okay.
Maybe they're good luck.
Does anybody know how we would be able to place those on a horse? Or if maybe we would be able to get our horses to be faster? If they could fly, that'd be amazing.
Do
but
any of you
doubt
have
it.
blacksmith skills so that you could shoe a horse?
No.
Or
Took me a second to figure out that was SHOE. Shoe a horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not go away, horse, but
No, I
yeah.
was thinking CHEW. Like, how does that help at all?
I'm so tired of these horses. Let's just eat them.
I like them.
Yeah, don't talk about Bud and Bart like that.
Yeah, they've become friends,
Yeah. After all they've done for us.
following us on our very long
Mm-hmm.
quest to
Not
deliver
running
this wheat.
away.
Yes, they're very compliant horses.
Can we try to shoe them without knowing, without having blacksmithing proficiency? Just simply would roll without the proficiency.
I tell you what, if you wanted to use animal, what's it called?
Animal handling.
Animal handling, I would let you use that.
So before we do that, though, keep in mind that these aren't our horses to keep. We're probably going to have to turn them in with the wheat.
Can you remove a shoe from a horse?
I don't know that the horses would like it if we're just putting shoes on and taking shoes off all the time. I don't know if that's
just
how
buy
it
the
works.
horses. We can afford them by this point.
That's true.
I sure don't want to mess up their feet, though. Hooves. Tara clearly is, low on her horse knowledge.
Yeah, there's a chance that with a bad roll we could cripple these horses, these majestic beasts.
Yeah.
Okay, I can be patient.
Maybe when you stable them, you say, hey, can you put these shoes on me?
It's like, could I do dental work on you? Sure. Should I?
I look at the horses and just like, you get away this time. Okay.
That evening, you stop for a rest, and I need to know what order are you taking watch.
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
I'll wake up early. And that also gave me time to ready my spells in the morning.
So the order is Tara, Athelflaed, Paxton, Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The next day, the 12th of 6th month. After an hour's travel this morning, you see several people on the road ahead of you coming your way on horseback. They are led by a man waving a golden banner. Other traffic on the road moves off to the side to let them pass, and eventually you can hear the lead rider shouting, "Make way, peasants! Make way for the beautiful four!"
Woo.
Are you leading your own cart off the trail or off the road, or are you going to just keep going ahead?
Yeah, I lead Bud and Bart slightly off the side of the road, like just right off where the road turns into grass.
So you can see these four men on horseback, led by this ugly, brutish-looking man waving this flag, this golden banner. Of these men on horseback, one of them is obviously a wizard or sorcerer. The others are lightly armored, but you can't exactly tell what their occupations or specialties are. And in the middle of this group is a man that Finn and Tara recognize. He is named Medu Sewol, and he's wearing gleaming plate armor, no helm, and his long black hair blows in the breeze behind him. And he looks down his nose at you as he draws closer.
Tara seems incredibly interested in, cleaning out her backpack.
All right, let's see. Are you attempting to hide who you are?
Yeah, she's got her face stuck down because she's cleaning out her backpack.
Oh, well, I'm afraid it did not work. He rolled a high perception check
Visibly cringes.
and says, "Tara Dane, is that you? Oh, how delightfully ridiculous. What are you doing out here? Slumming it for a while, I suppose. Your boots are filthy, and what lowly company you keep. I can see you still can't stray far from your gnomish nursemaid. Perhaps the two of you should join up with that circus down the road. You'd fit right in."
Maydu, it's so nice to see you again. God, I can't remember the last time. Oh, no, wait, yes, I do. It was the last time Tara turned you down. I'm sorry, it happened so many times. It's hard to keep them straight. Have you been?
Well, I remember it the other way around, of course. I couldn't keep her away
Memories
from
are hard
me.
like that.
But it's so wonderful to see you out here in the middle of nowhere. What are you here doing?
Probably about the same as you.
Really? You're signing trade deals?
All day, every day.
Well, that's interesting. What sort of deals have you made? No, I don't care what sort of deals you've made. You can't have... Nothing can compete with what our house has arranged.
Oh, you still care about those things. That's
Of
so
course.
cute.
The people of the magistracy want our handicrafts, and thanks to their aqueducts, we can benefit from their increased agricultural production. We're also interested in this mess with the broken river, of course, but these wizards are a cagey bunch.
Oh, yes. They tend to be the secretive kind. Well, so your family has been working on the aqueducts?
Oh, no, not at all. We're just benefiting from all the increased crop production. We trade them some manufactured goods. They send us crops.
Okay, so from my knowledge, they're essentially not necessarily a crafting family. They're just a trading family which trade in goods.
Yeah, they're collecting manufactured goods from arrival and then trading them for crops that are produced in the magistracy territory.
So are you also headed to Zauberfeld?
Oh, no, we've already come through Zauberfeld and made several deals with the Duke. We tried to stop off at that fellow Mun's tower, but he's a strange one. I'm sure you've heard that.
Oh, yes, we're headed there ourselves, but he might actually open the door when he knows it's someone that he can trust. And I just simply, not necessarily flash, but kind of like hold on to the magistracy pendant. Yeah.
He says, well, I've been told I shouldn't expect to get anything out of him without paying a price too dear, so we didn't bother with spending too much time there, but feel free to give him a try and waste your time. I've got better ideas. Best of luck to you and your servants. I'm off to see important people and do important things.
Do you guys want to say anything else?
Should we try to sell him the sword?
I really, this is why I held on to the sword, because I wanted to give it to this guy.
I will remind you that Sigbert told you that giving the sword to someone that you don't like might be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's also, I was thinking about it, it's like an evil thing to do, because he will slay someone with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I am neutral good.
I look at my floating bag for a second. I consider the sword and the possibilities. I decide against it and I go, I hope it goes well. I hope that all those deals work for you. God knows that your family needs them. We'll see you around.
All right. He says, carry on, Hurtkos. And the ugly man with the banner says, move aside for the beautiful four. I should point out that there are 5 of them, and he's clearly ugly.
Yeah.
So I guess he doesn't get counted.
Do we know why they call themselves the Beautiful Four?
Well, Medu and the other men are fairly attractive people.
That makes sense.
Hurtkos, also known as the Bear, is not an attractive man.
And they just always like go places together to call themselves the Beautiful Four.
I suppose so.
Not beautiful personalities, though.
Oh, so he seems like a friend of yours.
Athelflaed, I think that you have been in isolation for much too long.
That's me chuckling in game, by the way.
As you continue down the road, he did mention that there's some sort of traveling show down the road. So as you travel down the road, you see in the distance there's a tent that is actually over the road and becomes visible. In the distance, you can see this structure. People are passing by you in increasing numbers. Some of them don't look particularly happy. But there are several children waving around wooden swords or eating some kind of fish on a stick, and they look pretty happy with themselves.
It seems like there's performers nearby.
You guys want to check it out?
I mean, it's on the road, so you're going to have to either go through or around. So as you get closer, you see that there is a small crowd of people, most of them also traveling north on the road, who have gathered around a long train of wagons ahead of you on the road. The wagons are lined up on both sides with large white tarps spread between them, covering the road. And you can hear music playing and smell fried food, probably fish. And towering above the crowd is a man walking clumsily on very large stilts. He's wearing a mask depicting some kind of sea monster, but the whole getup kind of doesn't make sense because you can't think of any kinds of sea monsters that walk on long legs, right? As you get closer, you can see a banner stretched across the entrance of this tunnel made of wagons and canvas, and it says, Edward Lerner's Traveling Show. And below that it says, Entry 1 gold piece. Some acts and games may have additional costs.
Well, he did mention a circus.
Yeah.
I thought they were the circus.
I thought circus was supposed to make me laugh, but in the good way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How long have we been traveling?
This is just your second day of travel.
Oh, sorry. I mean, how long have we been traveling today?
Oh, it's still morning.
Still morning? Oh, okay. What do you guys want to do? It's not like the end of the day, so do you guys want to keep going? Do you guys want to hang out for a little
It's
bit?
never too early to serve some fried food on a stick.
Yeah.
I could do some lunch and some games.
Not really my scene, but you kids go have fun. I'll watch the cart.
All right, so Paxton parks the cart next to the wagons, keeps an eye on the horses and the grain.
If you're going to stick by the wagons, can I toss you a couple gold pieces and ask you if you can see if there's a stable, or since there's a lot of wagons nearby, if you can find someone to shoe the horses?
Sure.
I'll toss you like 10 gold.
I'll assume that's pretty easy. You can find someone. Now, there are 4 horseshoes. Are you going to put them all on one horse, or put 2 on one horse and 2 on the other, or what's the plan with those horseshoes?
God, you have to play favorites between Bud and Bart
Oh,
now.
no.
Well, no, yeah, that becomes the question. How does it work? If you put like 2 and 2 on each horse, does that mean that it just makes each horse half a speed, or that it doesn't work because only half of their body's moving quickly? And at that point, does that mean that we only have 1 horse that can move quickly instead of 2?
I mean, I
So it wouldn't
assume
work
that they
anyway.
already have horseshoes on. These are just nice ones, and apparently magical ones, but I don't know what they would do.
If they're anything like cars, then the back hooves are going to be what gives them speed, and the front hooves are for steering. So I say we put the 4 horseshoes on the back 4 hooves, and maybe they'll go fast.
You might
okay with
want to
that.
get a second opinion from
That
whoever's putting
logic
the
is
horseshoes on.
infallible.
Yeah,
What if they're front-wheel drive horses?
I didn't think about that.
I say you'd go like, a front one and then a back one diagonal.
As
Just
long as
even it
we're
out.
going at an angle, we'll be the fastest cart out there.
How about I just ask the blacksmith what he recommends?
Yep.
All right. Well, he has no idea how to handle magical horseshoes,
Mm-hmm.
but he suggests trying what you suggested, putting the 2 on the back of each of them and see what happens.
Rocket horses. I like it.
All right. Well, he starts doing that, and you pretty quickly run into a problem. And the problem is that when you put a horseshoe on, the horse's hoof sort of levitates 4 inches off the ground.
Uh-oh.
And putting them on the 2 back legs seems to kind of weird the horse out. It's not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either if I was the horse.
I'm just so excited right now that we're about to have a flying horse.
Well, I mean, what benefit does it bring to have a horse that levitates?
Walking on water. Done.
No. It's definitely something that it's good to know that it does that. And you're right. It's not something that we can apply right away.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that we can make at least 1 horse fly.
True.
Hover.
Hover. Yeah.
Hover horse.
When the horse moves its foot, does it seem like it can still get traction?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually what kind of bothers it, is that 1 foot is on the ground having traction and the other one is lifted up in the air, and it's pretty awkward.
So I know that they're called shoes, but how easy or difficult are they to actually take on and off? Because right now I'm imagining a floating horse sleeping.
Have you never seen a horseshoe before?
I have, but I've always thought that they involve nails and cruelty somehow.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
not-
that's what I thought.
They
yeah.
do involve nails, yes.
But into the hoof.
Into the hoof. The horse has no nerves there.
Oh, okay.
It's like a giant fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's still not like a sandal that you can just slip on and off easily.
Yeah. I would say in that case, okay, if we've already put 1 on and we know that it does that, can we take it off and then not use
Save
the
it.
other ones, or we kind of stuck with a 1-foot flying horse?
I'm thinking we could probably just put the other one back and it not be too bad, because even if we had 1 fully shoed horse, we don't have magic horseshoes on our cart,
Yeah.
so it's not going to do us much good.
Yeah, we're not getting the magic school bus anytime soon, unfortunately.
1 horse would have no problem going over a certain land and would go a lot faster than the other horse. I think it'd be awkward. But when I
Yeah.
get my beautiful all white horse or something, then it'll be great.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's definitely worth saving, I think.
I don't want to do anything that's going to cause any tension in Bud and Bart's friendship.
I think that is very, very fair.
All right, so the blacksmith agrees and takes the magic horseshoe off and puts the regular horseshoe back on.
It did not at all phase that he had a horseshoe that made the horse levitate.
This is a magical a world. There are strange things. It's fine. All right,
It
so the
didn't
rest
start
of you,
eating the horse.
Athelflad and Finn and Tara, you go into the show. You enter the tent. I assume you want to pay your 1 gold piece to enter?
Yep.
All right, so you each pay 1 gold piece to enter. All of you except for Finn notice that most of the people walking away from the show, as I mentioned before, look disappointed, and that the staff are wearing bandanas, and some of them have peg legs or eye patches. One of them has a parrot on his shoulder. You enter. So at the entrance is a tall man wearing fancy dress clothes and sporting patchy facial hair and exhorting people to pay and enter and enjoy themselves. And he says, welcome to the carnival. See the strangest creatures of the sea. Listen to the music of strange foreign lands. Try delicacies from places decadent and debauched. Come on, come all. And he also starts advertising the various things you can see there, such as, see the owl bear. Listen to the greatest musicians from exotic Bengazalia. Watch the dancing bear.
Do you guys want to go inside? What do you guys want to do?
We're already inside. Tara's gonna look for food.
For a copper piece, you can have fried fish on a stick.
That's it? No funnel cake?
No funnel cake. No funnel cake. What other crazy treats
Fried
would they have?
Twinkies?
Fried Oreos.
I suppose they might have some sort of honey cakes you could eat.
Okay.
I go with fish on a stick.
Fish on a stick. All right. Anybody else want anything?
Yeah, I'll grab a fish on a stick too.
All right, copper piece.
I'll take a honey cake and walk around and go look at the dancing bear and see if I can learn any moves.
Okay. The dancing bear is obviously a man in a suit.
Oh. God.
You're not sure about the owl bear, though. It looks a little funny, but it might be an owl bear. Tara, you think the owl bear might be an owl bear. Athelflad, you decide that the owl bear is a dog with owl mask on its head.
I know
Is
it
the
the whole
parrot real?
time.
What's that?
Is the parrot real?
The parrot is real. The parrot is a real parrot. There are some things you can do. There's a knife juggler. He'll juggle knives for you for a copper piece. There's an enclosed wagon that says, see the mermaid. And that's also a copper piece to see the mermaid. There's a game of luck. You're supposed to throw some bean bags at some little wooden carvings that are standing up on a wall. And if you knock them over, then you get a stuffed owlbear as your prize. There's also some fried vegetables, too, in addition to the fried fish.
I'm gonna go see the mermaid.
You pay your copper piece to go see the mermaid.
I'm gonna finish my fish first.
Good idea.
I feel like it would be offensive.
That's probably a good idea. You don't
Very
want to offend the mermaid. All right. What's your perception bonus? It is
Not great.
is 1. All right. So you go inside. Yeah, that's it's not moving very much, but it looks kind of like a mermaid.
Does it talk?
No, it's just sort of floating in the water there, looking relaxed. There's a big tub, and it's floating in the water. And there's a big sheet of glass in front of it. It's just floating
I
there.
tap on the glass.
It does not react.
Is there a staff member around?
There's a guy standing there, and he says, please don't tap on the glass, ma'am.
Is it alive?
Oh, of course it's alive. It's just resting right now.
Does it talk?
Oh, she doesn't talk much. Are you spending time looking more carefully? Are you investigating, or you're just taking a quick look?
Oh, looking real hard.
All right.
I'm worried it's dead.
Your investigation bonus is -1. Upon closer inspection, you decide that something looks... I was going to say fishy, but that would be a bad choice of words. Something looks suspicious, but you can't quite decide what it is.
Tara's wondering how she can save the mermaid.
All right, is that it? All right, so let's cut to Athelflad. What's Athelflad doing?
I'm gonna go check out the mermaid as well. I come in behind her.
Okay.
I pay my copper piece.
All
is
right.
it?
Yep.
Tara leans over to Athelflad and says, I think it's dying.
All right, Athelflad, you inspect it carefully, and you decide that this mermaid is actually a monkey torso stitched onto a sea lion's lower body,
Ew, gross.
and it's dead.
That thing's dead.
Oh my god, they killed it?
I think they killed something and stitched something to something else.
All right, well, the man standing there says, well, that's enough of that. Move along now. Plenty of other things to see.
Worst carnival ever.
Wait.
Pretty much every
And Finn,
fair
what are you doing?
sideshow.
I want to go to the game.
Okay, you
so
go to the
I have
game.
to toss one thing at another thing.
Yep.
And then just toss something else over, right?
No, you toss a beanbag at these little wooden carvings. You decide that these little carvings are supposed to depict observers.
Huh.
You're supposed to knock them over.
Okay. I want to get the layout of this place, so...
It's a long tunnel with with a white tarp over it.
Or I'm sorry, rather, to clarify, I want to get the layout of, because I'm being petty right now, the carny stand itself. Yeah,
okay.
It's just like one dude sitting there in front of like...
So basically, it's like there's a wagon in front of you, and they set up some steps in front of it that you can step up onto, and he'll hand you some bean bags over the counter, and then you throw them at these little statues that are on the wall against the back of the wagon.
So here's what I want to try to do. I want to try to throw the bag and, just make small talk with the guy as I get up there. Move. My servant is essentially just force or energy that I can create. So if I throw the bag in, I'm able to hit my bag to the thing. Even if I can barely hit it, I want to follow up with my servants and just make it look like I knocked it over anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make an attack roll.
Okay.
You have to pay a copper piece to play the game, by the way.
That's fine. Make an attack roll, and can I make that dex, or does it have to be strength?
Dex. Definitely dex.
16.
You actually hit it pretty squarely. You don't think you even need the servant to help you knock it over, but much to your surprise, it doesn't fall over. And then your servant
follow up with the servant.
Your servant pushes on it, and it also doesn't fall over. And the man says, "Oh, tough luck, lad. You got 2 more throws. You want to give it another one?"
This is rigged.
What? That's outrageous. You got 2 more throws. Give it another try. Try a different one.
1 second. I'm definitely giving it another try, but is it worth it? No, it's probably not going to be magical. It's going to be something simple. Okay. I'm just going to test another one and use my magical servant.
Okay.
All right.
Make another attack roll.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 4. Don't even hit.
It misses altogether. Do you want to have your servant try to knock it over anyway?
Let me show you how it's rigged. And then, can I do a magical hand just to try to push it?
Your mage hand?
Sorry, not a mage hand. Just like move with my hand, but that way that he notices that if it does even just move back and forth a little bit, that it's because I made it.
Oh, so you're making it look like your hand is making your unseen servant move it. I see. All right. Your unseen servant pushes on it, and it doesn't move.
Yeah.
And he says, "What are you talking about? I didn't see anything."
Whatever. And I just walk away.
Athelflaed and Tara, what are you doing with the mermaid room?
I kind of want to leave. I'm a little grossed out.
It is pretty gross. Yeah.
Tara looks pretty devastated.
You can also hear some music playing. It's not very good music, but you can hear some music playing, and there are some kids running around fighting with these wooden swords that are for sale. Copper piece for a wooden sword. All right, anything else you want to do?
I'm pretty good. I'm kind of angry at the game right now.
Okay.
And I see that they're not in the best of moods either.
Yeah, they look pretty crestfallen.
Oh.
All right, well, as you head out the back of the tunnel, there's a man standing there, and he says, "Thank you, folks. We hope ye enjoyed our traveling show. How about a tip for the hard-working crew?" And he sees that you are not real interested. And he does have a container with some coins you can hear rattling around in it. And he says, "Here now, come on. You lot look like you could pay something. You do? What do you say?"
Tara's given some serious side-eye.
Yeah. I just simply walk forward, ignoring the man.
"Oh, come on, a copper 3 for all these lads' hard work. You wouldn't stiff all one ear, would you? Been too much of that lately, says I."
I kind of feel like we were the ones that were stiffed.
Good retort. At that, a large burly fellow with a bare chest and red pantaloons steps out of the covered wagon and says, "These landlubbers look like they might be able to afford a donation. Should we help 'em give? We don't have to tell the cap'n." And the other fellows hear that, and they all blanch. And one of them says, "Come on, Sharky. You know he wants us to call him Mr. Learner." And Sharky, the large man, grins and says, "Yeah, Mr. Learner. Mr. Learner would appreciate a sizable tip. So would me and One Ear and little Squealer there. What do you say?"